Hi everyone, this is Monisha Jaising and welcome back to Behind the Seams. In today's class, I'm going to share with you how to take the perfect body measurements. This is very important to draft the perfect paper pattern. All you need is a basic measurement chart along with a measuring tape, a string and a pencil. Let's begin. This is the standard 40 dress form. I normally start with the cross back or the shoulder. In this case, it's 15 inches. I prefer to take all my measurements in inches rather than centimeters. Let's go to the chest now. The chest is the fullest part of the dress form. That was the horizontal measurement I took. At the same time, I will take the vertical measurement, which is the apex point. It is at 10.5 inches. Keep filling up the measurement chart as and when you take the measurements. We shall now go to the waist. The waist again is the thinnest part of the dress form. I will first mark the vertical measurement, which is at 16.5. I will then take my string. This is now the waist point, which is where the actual waist is of this dress form. Normally with a client, I always tell her to put her hands up naturally where her waist would be. That actually determines her actual waistline. I then go round and measure the waist at that very point. We now get to the hips. The hips is approximately 8 inches from the waist point. But for each body form, it's different. You should actually look at the fullest form of the body, which is somewhere here. That's exactly where you should measure the hips circumference. If you take a vertical measurement at this point, you will get the hip point of the body, which is approximately 7.75 inches. I will now go ahead and take the next measurements. The neck low is normally taken from the nape of the neck up to the center point, as and where you desire. Let's look at the armhole. For the armhole, I first need a vertical measurement, which is a drop of about 5.75. I place a pin there. I then take the armhole round the front up to that point, and then I take it at the back. There we go, is 18 inches. Let's now get to the sleeve. In this dress form, I need to first attach a sleeve. There we go. Let me get to the biceps first, which is the fullest part of the arm right under the armhole. Then we get to the elbow, and then the wrist. We then take the sleeve length, which is at the edge of the shoulder, to whichever length you require. It can be short, 3/4, or full length. We'll now go for the length of the garment. Whatever the length of the garment is, whether it's a crop top, a longer top, a slightly longer tunic, or even a full-length dress. The rule here is that you always measure from the nape of the neck, which is this point. So I place my measuring tape there, get to the apex point, the waist point, and I can determine where the top is going to end, or where the tunic is going to end, where the mini dress is going to end, or the full-length dress. In case of a trouser, you need to work on a dress form such as this. You first start with the waist, the hips, which as explained earlier is the fullest part of the body. Let's now get to the vertical measurements. These measurements are very important to create a paper pattern for a trouser. What we need here is the front crotch. Back to the waist point. There we go. That's the front crotch. It's 11.5. Let's jot that down. We turn the dummy around. Back to the waist point. And that is my back crotch. It's 13.5. The thigh. The knee, since I know it's a standard small that I'm doing, would be anything from 14 to 15 inches. And then of course the full length, depending on the length you desire. Here is my measurement chart, which is now completely filled. There we are. We now have all the vital measurements to make the perfect paper pattern.